Hello, Team Elevate Growth Team. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. From wherever you are watching us from, welcome to Career Growth with Karen. This is the channel where we have empowering conversations that help us to live more progressive, more fulfilling, and more rewarding career lives. So if that is what you're looking for, then you're in the right place. Welcome to this channel. My name is Karen Olege. I am a career coach and strategist, and I am ready to take you through today's topic where we are talking about how to relate well with your boss. I'm actually only going to share 3 things that are about how to communicate with your boss, really. And this, I hope they will help you. Some of you are fearing your bosses and you scatter when you see them. I'm hoping that these tips will help you to have a better relationship with your boss. So let's get started. This is Career Growth with Karen. So guys, how do you relate with your boss? Some of you, how do you relate with your boss? There's some people who have very wonderful relationships with their managers, and then there are others who, when you see your boss coming, you go the other way. So let me just bring to you that actually you're supposed to have a very good relationship and a very friendly relationship with your boss. And remember, one day you're also going to be a boss. So the good question to ask yourself is, that day when you're a manager, how do you want your staff to relate with you? What kind of manager do you want to be? Do you want to be sitting alone and your staff don't even talk to you, they don't even interact with you, or do you want it the other way round? And then try to be the staff that you would like to have when you are in management. Now, our relationships with management, like every other relationship, they boil down to only one thing: communication. Actually, there are so many things that we could talk about, but it all usually boils down to communication. Now, I'm going to share 3 important tips that you need to have or understand as far as your interaction with your manager is concerned. So the number 1 tip is to communicate itself. Guys, just make sure that you're talking to your manager. Make sure that you're communicating with them. They like to be talked to. They like to be informed. They like to be told things. So most of the time, make sure that you're talking to them, you're asking them questions, you're asking them for their opinion about something, you're giving them your opinion about something, you're telling them where you are at with work, for example, just progress. Don't always wait for your boss to come to you and ask questions and say, where are we with this? What are we doing with this? How is this one progressing? No. Be the one who feeds in as much information as you can to your manager, even without for them to ask. So communicate. If there's any challenge, if there's any problem, if there's anything at all, always make sure that you're communicating, informing, consulting your manager. That's the first tip. The second thing is always let them be in the know. Bosses do not like surprises, just like many other people don't like surprises. Even your own dads in your own homes, they don't like surprises. They want to be informed beforehand. They don't want to sit in a meeting and something is being said about you or their team members or something in their department and they were not aware. So they are caught flat-footed. They don't want that. It's really embarrassing as a manager or as a leader to be caught flat-footed. There's something that's going on in your department. There are a few people who know except you. So it's a very embarrassing situation, as you can imagine. So always make sure that you're keeping them in the loop. Sometimes even when something is not directly related to them but remotely related to them, just mention it so that they're always in the know. Sometimes it's a developing story and it's a developing matter, and maybe you have only come so far, so it doesn't have a solution or a resolution yet, but you just inform them that this and this is happening, this and this is going on. We are still in conversation with XYZ, but this is generally what is going on. So don't allow them to be caught by surprises. It's not nice, it's not fair, it's not kind, and you're not going to have a good relationship if you're always letting your boss to be caught by surprises. And the last thing is to always have enthusiasm and a positive attitude when relating with them. Just greeting them, saying hello every day, guys. When you get to the office, saying hi to your boss every day with a smile. You can fake it. You are allowed to fake it. But at least you have that enthusiasm. You're showing a positive attitude. You're showing that you're excited to see them, even if you don't. It's all about strategizing, guys. It's all about creating these relationships because we know the value that the relationship has for us. So it doesn't help you if you're always sneering, having a bad attitude when you're meeting your boss. You're quiet. You don't want to talk. you know, you don't want to be happy. You know, it's just some attitude. And, you know, generally, people don't like a bad attitude, generally, and your boss is no exception. So when you show a negative or a bad attitude, most of the time people don't want to interact with you. They don't want to talk to you. They don't want to share. And that already now causes a strain in the relationship between you and your manager. If you have that enthusiasm when you're going over their desk to just greet them, to ask them, how is the day? How are things going? Yesterday you had a management meeting. How did it go? You know, it even gives them an opportunity to share things with you, things that you would not have known in a normal space. But now, because they're feeling that nice air, the warmth, and, you know, it's just an easy environment when they're with you, they may be able to share even certain information that could be privileged for you. So by doing those things, keeping your boss in the know, always communicating to them, having a positive attitude and being enthusiastic about meeting them, greeting them, and all of that, I hope and I believe that you are going to transform the relationship between you and your boss. And in the comment section below, please let me know, have these things worked? Have you tried? In fact, you should go and try. You should watch this video, then go and try, and then come back and tell us, how did it work? How are things changing or not changing? And also, some of you are gurus at relationships with your boss. There's some relationships that are really working. So please tell us about what's your cheat sheet, so that we can also copy and paste in our workplaces, so that all of us can have good relationships with our superiors. Guys, that's all I had for you today, and thank you for keeping me company through the last few minutes. And I'm happy that you are watching and you are following. Please subscribe if you haven't yet subscribed. Like this content, share it with your friends, leave a comment at least to encourage us. And remember that tomorrow on Wednesday at 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. East Africa time, we have the LinkedIn Live. So if you follow me on LinkedIn at Karen Olege, or in Instagram at Career Growth with Karen, or on Facebook at Karen Olege, you're going to get the details about our LinkedIn Live. And until next time, see you.